Going to talk to a real-life professional baseball player in about a half an hour. You know that always makes me a little bit nervous, Kevin.
Yeah,
I love the baseball players.
Bean is speechless around certain baseball players, and I've never seen him that way around any other celebrity.
Nope, you're right.
I think I'll be fine. I think I'm over it. Right. I think I had a lot of trouble with that in the early days but I do really look up to baseball players so much, and I don't know why, because most of them are doofuses. But C.J. Wilson, pitcher for the Los Angeles Angels, joins us in about a half an hour. Ralph's got the movie beat coming up. Speaking of movies, Jeremy Irons in the news. This is a guy who, even if you don't know his name, you would totally recognize his face. He's been in a million movies, won an Oscar previously, but he was in The Man in the Iron Mask. He was in Die Hard with a Vengeance. Dead Ringers is the movie I think of him in. Reversal of Fortune, Damage. He's just one of those guys who's just a real strong British actor, good-looking guy. He's got the big, deep voice. Yeah. And he's in a controversial situation right now, which is, I think some people are kind of misinterpreting because he doesn't have a problem with same-sex marriage. He's a libertarian. He's like, I don't care who wants to get married, but he was given an interview to HuffPost Live, and here's the point he brought up that I don't think anybody has considered when you're debating same-sex marriage.
Could a father not marry his son?
Well, there are laws against incest.
It's not incest between men. Incest is there to protect us from having inbreeding. But men don't breed, therefore so incest wouldn't cover that. Now, if that was so, then if I wanted to pass on my estate without death duties, I could marry my son and pass on my estate to him.
No, that sounds like a total red herring.
You have to agree.
Kevin, do you see a lot of sons and fathers wanting to run out and get married if gay marriage turns out to be legalized?
According to Jeremy, we really need to worry about that.
Well, we wanted to find out if we were just reading too much into it or misinterpreting it, so we asked producer Dave if he could line up Mr. Irons, and he joins us on the Kevin Bean Show right now. Hi, Jeremy.
Good morning, Kevin Bean. How are you?
We're very good, thank you.
Good.
Do you feel like you sort of stepped in it a bit?
No,
you
not
don't.
at all. No.
Huh.
I believe many people are not considering all the ramifications of what could happen if same-sex marriage is actually approved.
Could you clarify your level of concern that fathers and sons will want to marry, though? Because that seems real unlikely, sir.
I have a real fear that fathers and sons will be getting married should we have same-sex marriage legalized in America.
It sounds absurd to us.
Oh, does it?
Yeah, it really does.
Well, you won't believe that when your son or father comes to you and says, let's get married.
That would never happen.
Oh, but it will.
No, but is there something in
Oh, but it will.
Is there something in your family that you'd like to tell us about?
No, but my fear is my son comes to me and says, let's keep all the money in the family and let's get married and live together, and you put on a dress and I'll put on a tutu, and the next thing you know, we're all eating ham sandwiches out of the back of a van.
I'm not sure how we got to the van, but so basically, you're not talking about it in a sexual way at all. It's basically just a tax dodge. That's what your fear is.
Yes, and my fear is that it will dilute the quality of marriage and the significance of marriage. First, fathers and sons will begin to wed. I think we can all agree on that.
What? I don't think anyone
no
agrees
one.
on that.
And the next thing you know, women will be marrying toasters. Because what better way to get free toast than to be married to your toaster, and then out of obligation, your toaster has to provide you all the free toast you can consume, and the next thing you know, you're eating ham sandwiches out the back of a van.
Why are you eating ham sandwiches out of a van?
And are these ham sandwiches made with toast? Because that just is weird.
Of course they are. Because the woman's toast husband would be providing her with all the toast she can eat. And then the ham sandwich.
Now, will the ham sandwich marry the van at any point?
Don't be silly. That's ridiculous.
That is ridiculous.
A toaster in a van can't be married. It's madness.
All right, so you got Dad marrying Junior.
Right.
Then you've got Mom marrying the toaster.
Yes, or another household appliance, perhaps a coffee maker or a Cuisinart.
Right.
But my fear is women and household appliances will then begin to breed, and then we have large legions of cyborg-type, half-human, half-machines walking through the streets.
This is a real fear of yours?
You okay, Mr. Irons? Jerry?
And the next thing you know, they're all eating ham sandwiches.
Ham sandwiches in the back of the van. Okay. Well, thank you for clearing that up for us, sir.